Everything's just starting up again. But please, enlighten me. How was that joyous experience? That should work. Okay. I think we're back fully this time. Was that OBS? Okay. And... oh wait, audio. Let me get the audio running. Should be decently loud. The game's at a decent volume. Alright, cool. So, I'm playing Trials and Tribulations. I haven't even tweeted out anything, Jesus. I gotta get more on point with this stuff, dude. I'm bad. Yeah, what's up, XCal? Also, there are people asking me to do things I forgot to do. Is this working? Oh wait, I clicked out. Oh, that's fun. Jeez, that's a little too loud actually. Okay. We can start our turnabout memories. Is that too loud? Let me know. But real quick, I'm gonna pause it. Gotta tweet and stuff. Streaming Phoenix Wright. So, the story I have with Phoenix Wright, it's a series I fucking love. And I never finished the third game in the original trilogy, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish it probably today. Oh my god. It keeps... Stop that. Stop doing that when I'm typing. Don't do that. Okay. I think we're about ready. And hopefully XCal likes Ace Attorney as much as I do. Okay, now we're ready. Let's have a Sprite Zero. It tastes pretty gross, actually. It's kind of nasty. I don't want the new version of Java. I don't know why I didn't just grab a 7-Up. I should probably read this right. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her. That girl. God, text is slow when you catch up. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Damn. Alright, so I've already played through the first case before multiple times, actually. I think it's like the 6th time I'm playing through this first case. I've never played past the first case, though. So, first case is going to be kind of boring. I don't like it that much, because I played it so much. But I'm sure the later part's going to be a lot better. Zero is currently playing Danganronpa. DeBuzz is playing Persona 4. Which one's the other one out? Probably DeBuzz. That's... Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright are kind of similar. So, hey, what's up, Say? April 11th, 9:40 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. It's a pretty fun series, though. Ooh, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Ahem. Is it showing my inputs on the screen? What is that? Why? Wait. So if I click, oh. That's not cool. That's gonna be really annoying. How do I turn that off? Wow, there's a lot of problems with this, huh? I'd rather watch Jumpless Odyssey. Isn't that what everyone wants to rather see? I'm playing this because I feel like it, jeez. Okay, how do I make it not do that? Because that's gonna be annoying. Somebody help. Unless you want to see that the whole way through. I don't see any way to turn it off, though. Alright, I guess we're just doing that forever. Mia, please calm yourself down. This is Grossberg. He's got hemorrhoids or something. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. I don't know how to make that noise. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? So I think we're playing as Mia right now. Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forceful, too. Quite forcefully. Isn't that kind of weird that he's repeating it to me? I know it's for the sake of the audience, but I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. Would just like to note that you currently have more viewers than Shofu. You know what? Shofu is a homie, man. If you're not watching him, check him out for sure. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everyone. So this is Phoenix. It's still a little babby Phoenix. Try to keep smiling, Mia. Look, I can just hold it there. Look at what I can do. Look. This is gonna be super annoying. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. He's pretty sick. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. I don't know why I said it like that. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. He's literally just started streaming, haven't refreshed yet. Hey, it's okay. My dog says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. I don't actually remember what court case this was for. This trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. Fuck, I'm terrible at reading. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'll win. For my client, and for myself. Okay, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I can't handle this. There has to be something. Let me pause over a second. There's clearly something. Okay. I'm gonna fix this right now. Okay, there we go. I see why it happened too. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. April 11th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom, or District Court, Courtroom number 2. How's the audio for the game? Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I'm pretty sure The judge actually, it's referenced in one of the earlier games. He has a Canadian brother, I think. It's pretty funny. I remember that case. The bottom screen have two layouts, one and without the bottom screen. Yeah, but the bottom screen becomes important in the middle of the trials, so I can't do that. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor, plus it holds out the court records and stuff in the profiles. This is Payne on the entire. The defense today is Ms. Maya Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg would be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure that you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. If you're really dexterous, make another layout right now. I don't have that kind of dexterity, my friend. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. I don't know how to say that. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over so soon. It'll all be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Yeah, this is Payne. He's the beginning boss, I guess, for every of the game. He's always the tutorial boss. Now then, I'd like to proceed with summary and events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. That's the... okay, that's when he died. Or after he died. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Crime photo 1 added. You just switch between both? Why would I do that? That would take up so much time. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Hee. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. Genteel? I don't fucking know. Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Isn't that just like the beginning of the file? My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by touching the court record button, which is this, which I need on screen for everyone to see. All of the weapons we need to be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. You thought Mia was a ghost? She is. She died in the first game. In the second mission, I think. This is like a flashback almost. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just touched the court record button here. You know. I hit the monitor. Okay. Can't see the screen right now. There we go. Now then, will the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? It was electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The judge goes off the rails occasionally. The answer to this will become crystal clear as the trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oh, oopsies, I'm terribly sorry. I thought that was a C. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. He really isn't. Really isn't. Shofu does it. That's my partial ethos. Logos is unreasonable. Oh, I don't want to copy Shofu. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know? Yeah, his life goes down the drain. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yeah, shove it down his throat. Just stick it right in there. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? That's Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh wait, I don't have a microphone. Wait, take that! I don't think it's I don't think I have it set is the problem. There you go. Pathos, yes, or it's harder to see the text than it could be. Sympathy. Oh, like with the Phoenix right there? I don't really care, I just put it for fun. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. I don't know why I hit that. Whoops. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she had some part to play in this story. I always love the way the court talks. They're all just like, and then they just crush it. Oh, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Man, Grossberg must suck as an attorney if he thinks Payne's a good example of a good prosecution. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant himself. Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Miss Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. So you get to see Feeny up here. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. Phoenix is a little bitch in this. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. That's not a job, Phoenix. He means, what did you do before you were arrested? Oh. I was a university student. Mr. Wright. You understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swat. But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was... It was very fucking sick, dude. Please... Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? Please stay the fuck away from me, dude. It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. So here we got the cross-examination, the witness testimony. So I'll read through it all first, as you should. I mean, wait, no, first, you know what I'm saying. The victim and I. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. If you never talked to him, how'd you know he's a stuck-up British wannabe? I see, so you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Ooh, it looks like the judge understands. You're being pretty naive, you know? Too naive. Huh? He. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination. He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. I want to read this, because I already know... We just have to, like, check all his claims and be like, hey, you're lying. And then, yeah. I'm mashing. One guy on stream, one band guy in chat. Oh, to the weeklies. Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Yeah, we're just band players all around. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Okay, well, he was obviously lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Is this the part where we get to go through the cross-examination? What evidence do I have? The photo, the autopsy report, the badge, Doug Swallow. Okay, we can't prove that he knew him, but we can press. I actually think I can't do that. Oh, I can. Okay. I wasn't sure. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? ... Well, Mr. Wright... no, it wasn't me. I'm not the killer, I swear. My god, Phoenix sucks at this. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as he put it, a British wannabe? Okay, then we get to amend the testimony. He was walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Is that right? I don't see a Union Jack on there. Maybe I should press this one too. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured you must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I did do it. So if you get to the end of a text, like the testimony, and you go past it, it'll loop you back to the start. But it'll be like, I must have missed something. Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. Oh, dear lord. The Union Jack is the name of the flag of England. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. That's classic. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Yeah, the new bit's contradictory. Alright. People type so slowly. Do you think you can manage on your own from here on this point? Yeah, I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. You can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay. I think I actually should present this. Yes. I love the objection calls. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. There's clearly no Union Jack there. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was gonna realize... I was under the impression that he accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. It's like a mom fucking scolding a child. You've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. Can't believe I trusted him. What's the P stand for? I don't know. That's an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Stands for Feeny. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Is there anybody who's like a fan of medicine? Like, do you have a favorite medicine? Would you... I just can't imagine someone's like, Advil is the only one I can take. I love Advil so much, or some off-brand thing. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold killer medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. The fact, I don't know why he's holding that. Like, you're banned too. I've been banned for a long time to make sure when intending we lose against his will, Sarah went to my house, broke his ankle. I fear because you were also banned, he will do the same to you. Maybe you'll be fine if you don't contest him in any way. Good luck. Say can come to my house all he wants. He'll have to deal with my house. God damn. I'd like to see him try and break my ankle. What's this in the victim's hands? It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. Pain. The way Pain says objection is so funny. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belonged to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints were all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hands. His purpose in doing so could only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Oops. If only you weren't racist, Excal. Ooh, called out. Order! Order in the court! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well, the court will accept them into the record. Crime photo 2 added to the record. Cold Killer X added to the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids. Oh, no. What really happened? Yeah, Excal, why you gotta be so racist? He wouldn't break my ankle, he'd break like my wrist or something. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so he agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Talked for a bit, and then around at 3 we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. That's completely wrong. Mr. Wright, that's completely different than the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. He's lying. He's lying. That's all he does. I obviously don't have the mental capacity to understand race. Oh my god. The truth is, when because he called me, he's in the pharmacology department. Okay, but why? I just forget how to do it. Was Mr. Swallow indicated you should meet at 2:45? I wonder if I can turn on the microphone. I want to yell, hold it. And then the microphone settings. I think that'll work. You're both right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, right? Correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist? I see. Damn. He's gonna do human transmutation. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Yeah, the time might be important. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always whipping up something in the lab. Well, looks like he's right about the time anyways. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. Interesting. Talked for a bit, and then around 3 PM we split up. What's the second crime scene photo look like? It's like close. When I found him lying there. Hold it! Oh my god, it worked! If you register for GCS6, early bird ends tonight, so I highly suggest it. It's almost as if a certain spiral suggested that to Excal as well. So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Some bad lie. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one's buying this. Okay. I lost my bottle a bit around lunchtime. Okay, so I think I have to press for information this time. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Oh my god. You do literally have broken ankles. So what was it you were talking about? You know. Then maybe we should hang out again sometime. Sometime? Again? I wish that were true. That doesn't make much sense. Then later when I found... Oh yeah, we heard that. Yeah, we'll just fucking press the button. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Yeah, he's madly in love. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. That's copyrighted. Youch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Well, Mia? Oh wait, this... I can't seem to find any contradictions. Boy isn't exactly what I'd call a natural-born liar, you know? But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense. Alright, let's take another look at the court record. Never mind, let's press him. We got Poken. That's true, that's true. Okay, you called him. Or he called you. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oomph. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it's one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Okay. Maybe I should ask about the actual, hang on. Just speed through this. The pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right. They sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltage, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah. There were electrical poles set up all around the building. Okay, see, this is important. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of and then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? Hehehehe. I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Damn. We're gonna have to bring Pain fucking down. Mia's like the only bae in this... Wait. No, never mind. If people have fetishes, then there's other choices. However, there's still one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You're correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I somehow establish how it was done... Maybe I can still come out of this smelling like roses. We can establish the murder method. Your Honor, Yes, Miss Faye. I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Hee 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 hee. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgot about that. So I gotta present the picture where he's dead. This one. Take that! Hey. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? So the murder weapon's right there. It just says knee try hard. I don't know what you're saying. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines of pharmacology students use in experiments require high voltage, and because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So in the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. Certainly sounds plausible. Oh, Mr. Payne, that would fucking suck if you died from that. How would that feel? I guess... Like, it's high voltage, right? How quickly would that travel through your body? That would suck. I think that would suck. Me black, me spam, mod racist, if ban. God damn it, XCal. Don't encourage it. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? At least some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. This victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. They squabble, dude. And then he always has order. That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Oh, what is it? His fingerprints. I think they're on the jacket. I mean, the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Is the whole game a prequel? No, just the first mission. I think the rest of the game is Phoenix Wright. I've never played through the rest of it, though. I can see the victim's wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it is quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order! Order, order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Is that a follow? Thanks, 54 miles. Oh, I hit the HDMI cable again. I can't see. Stick a fork in us. We're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. Wow, he really is a shitty attorney. Jesus Christ. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt, Your Honor. At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Oh, that was us. I think I remember this, actually. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. Stream Minecraft. I'll fucking stream Roblox, dude. It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. His fucking objection is so funny. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened. It's fucking... Right, I told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further... The music in this game is really good, actually. I really like these games. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Okay, I was just fucking... I don't feel like reading. That girl shouldn't see anymore. Yeah, that's what happened at the beginning. Phoenix got upset and fucking pushed the Brit into the fucking wire and he died. Well, I don't know. There's the rest of the case to go through, actually. He's trying to tell her something about Dahlia, and then he's like, fuck you. I mean, is Roblox even that bad, dude? Have you seen the memes that come from it? I think it's pretty okay. Just like the Super Bowl, the memes that come from the Super Bowl is probably the best thing every year. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. What the fuck? That makes everyone think you are. As things currently stand, we are absolutely convinced you are. Please, please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. Still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. No, of course he fucking pushed the victim, dude. Why else would the handprint be on there? Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Anyways. The Super Bowl has some good fucking memes every year, dude. Like, if you don't watch the Super Bowl, you're at least gonna know about the memes. I was talking about Dahlia or something like that, is what he said. Google Forms, whatever. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just laying there, dead. I can't... You know, like, I've shocked myself quite a few times. I always grab the metal bit before plugging in something. You know, because I'm fucking stupid. But, like, you know, I get worried when I grab it and can't release it because of all the voltage going through me. It's fucking scary. So to die, you probably die immediately though, right? So it can't be that bad. When he pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. Super Bowl is this month. It already happened. It happened, like, yesterday. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true, even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. It already... I honestly can't tell if you're joking. It happened yesterday. It was like Saturday and Sunday, or whatever. It was Eagles versus someone. Eagles won, I think. I'm pretty sure Eagles won because Mango tweeted about it, so... Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. Yeah, I'm serious. If he's innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Haven't you seen all the sweet memes that came from it, dude? When I pushed the victim. Okay, so now I gotta cross-examine him again. What evidence do we have again? We got the Cold Killer X and the crime scene photos. Okay. So we can't prove that he wasn't by the electrical poles at this point. But I think I want to press this statement. A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know? Come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Hee 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 hee. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more details. That's what we need a break. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. The punchline was going to be something along the lines of not even realized it happened. I mean, it happened. I don't know what to tell you. Fell right on top of it and it broke. That's probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Ooh! Shit! Taking shots, right? He's dead. Calm down. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Yeah, absolutely. Of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. So I think this is where I present the crime scene photo. This one. Because the umbrella is all the way over there in the back. Objection! Hey. I just like doing that. Why don't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Why didn't you? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No. I don't know what he'd sound like. Order, order, order. The victim. He moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately. And the umbrella was added to. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. He's being pushed into a corner. Payne... I won't spoil it, actually. It's pretty funny. I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render my final judgment. No! It is an interesting twist, because we're going to win this case, Excal. We can't lose. However, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. And his testimony got added. Cool. We got a long way to go before this case ends, by the way. Well done, Mia. Hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I'm expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible? Yeah, I guess. Well, who is this witness? Mrs. Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean... Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? It's pretty decent twist. I kind of threw together the layout in a matter of minutes, literally 5 minutes. I should probably fix it for next time. Sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Ooh, the hair flip. Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Incontrovertible, indisputable, useless words be damned. Hey, man, they gotta sound smart. April 11th, 11:52 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. You should have told us at the beginning. What the fuck? Gonna go to jail. So I guess it's search relax, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Yeah, she's a fucking bitch. She's a thought. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. Love of your life? Huh. Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. What do you think, Xcal? It's pretty slow because of the tutorial, but, you know, whatever. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. This is him talking to Dahlia. No, this is him talking to Mia. What am I saying? One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave this to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Alright. Calm down, Phoenix. I think the film got close to him only to murder the other dude, then pin him on Phoenix. This is a very uneducated guess. I don't know. Could be on the right track. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you know? This happened on August 27th, right here in the courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some relationship between these two cases. Am I correct? So we got the newspaper clipping addressing a court case 8 months prior. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thanks, sir. God bless. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. Fun fact, GCS4 was on August 27th. It was, fuck, I'm wrong. It was the 12th. Nice going, fuckhead. No. I guess go, what'd that say? Yeah, I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. It sure seemed shorter than 20 minutes for us. This is a save point whenever it says to be continued. GCS 4, that was a while ago. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. And she's enveloped in grace and beauty and harmony. It's fucking weird. Everyone's in awe, except for Mia. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. Goddamn. Something happened August 27th? It sounds familiar. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I'll bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You were all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine! Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Jeez. Sir, is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeney would never kill anyone. I just know it. Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Goddamn. Mia's 100 times cuter anyway. I like Mia better, yeah, that's true. Now, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Mia has more of a personality. I'd been planning to go... She's a thought. I've been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. We know that's not true. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. We know that's wrong, yeah, and Payne's obviously gonna... Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flame of young passions can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. The truth? But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Damn. Teehee. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before, once. I've seen 2 pop culture references already, and that's with selective attention. Yeah, there's a lot of pop culture references in this game, even more in the later games. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame, I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. Or ever. I'm so sad. This is the second mission. I was pretty upset. Okay, so I guess we want to push for information. What do we got here? The umbrella, Phoenix's testimony. What is it? Victim fell on top. Okay. Dolly's present newsletter clipping. Nothing super out there. So we're probably gonna have to press for information. And then this last text, I think. Okay. I guess we'll do this one. Hold it! Hold it! Hey, we in there. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. That's not good. Please, anyone stop him before he gets hurt by me. Okay. She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Okay. Well, we know that... Okay, we know this didn't happen, so we'll do that. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get me angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Well, it's clearly wrong. People's lives are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? I mean, she's like, she's very clearly lying. Payne himself showed the evidence. Payne, you're the one who showed the evidence that Feeney touched him. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Yeah, Mia's fucking pissed. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will, if you don't mind. I'd like to revise my testimony. I never realized... Your Honor. I forgot it's the title, right? So both words will be capitalized. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. I think I'll finish this episode. I think I'll do one episode per stream. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear any noise either. Boom, there's where it is. Objection! Fuck. Objection! Thank you. You say you didn't hear any noise. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. I can't do that. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I've heard the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? That pose is iconic, dude, where they put their finger out and they do the objection. The noise wasn't that memorable. It was a really loud, sharp noise. Yeah, like that. I'm surprised you were able to make that with your mouth, Mia. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. The hair flip was so cute. Do you have a new waifu? Too bad she dies. May I have a moment to answer? Good thing it's the first game. By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Oh damn, she can move lie that quickly? See, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered? The ring was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. There's still something wrong there. There weren't any contradictions. I don't know, she's lying about something. Wait a sec, Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. No, not that there was lightning. What did she say again? Maybe it was lightning. I don't think so, though. Okay, let's go through them. She didn't hear anything. What would that change? Pretty much nothing. Of course she didn't hear anything. She had the headphones in. She was listening to music. Seems really irrelevant. So it's probably lightning. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yeah, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Wait. And no, I don't mean Payne's hair flip. Must admit the thought that occurred to me. Does the weather affect anything? Kind of. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyways? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. There's your evidence. Who keeps messaging me? Hang on. I keep getting notifications. Okay. It appears the defense may be on something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. Payne's not letting up yet. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there was no lightning strikes on the day at that location. Why would you check that? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? The affidavit. And who's the affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in the lab that day. Allow me to read out the court the testimonies of allow me to read out to the court the testimonies of pharmacology students. Jesus. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment's run on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because the cable was severed? It lost power because of the severed electrical cable. Power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly, in other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. According to the students, the cables were very old. They're planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables have become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. So we got their testimony saying that if you were to bump into it, it would break. Remember that? I still know the results of this case, so I still kind of remember how it goes. But I don't want to spoil it. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I want to make sure that I keep it vanilla. I don't like this looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I think it was this guy. I mean, if he was pushed, that makes sense. I could present him, but I don't think it was the umbrella. He fell on the umbrella. I want to present Doug Swallow. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that was snapped is the mind of the defense. That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Okay. What caused the cable to break? I'm not sure. Should I present the crime photo? Oh wait, maybe this. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Gathering the facts. The prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was the very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. She can do that neck thing? Oh damn. Wright does this really weird neck thing when he says no. Like he puts his head down and he does like a full. He goes like both ways, full both ways. It's really weird looking. Afraid I can't agree with you there, Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, he'd be at the fucking far one, dude. Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Everyone's stupid in this game. So then my client must have electrocuted the victim, except for the what's the word I'm looking for? The guilty. I don't remember what the word is for them. The guilty are usually smart. Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant couldn't have done it. Oh, Dahlia, Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation, she said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? She's crying. She's fucking faking it, dude. I'm telling you. Of course it's alright. Just go ahead and give your new testimony. She's finally starting to show her true colors. She's not letting it go. She wants to get Phoenix arrested, I'm telling you. That's what X-Cal's saying is. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from them. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapped and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. That is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. I mean, of course the guilty are smart. If they weren't, they'd hardly ever be need for a court trial. Yeah, you're right. Now then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with cross-examination. Actually, some of the fucking bad guys are so smart, it's ridiculous. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. Yeah, okay. Can we ask for information on that? Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? My god. Of course he won't. What he did is called perjury. Oh, come on now. It's just a little old white lie. Man, she's got him wrapped around his finger. I don't like her. Not at all. Ho, ho, ho. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Okay. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from it. Hang on. What do we got? Student's testimony. 255. Newspaper clippings unimportant right now. So is that. Umbrella, Cold Killer X, and the crime photo. Wait, that has a time of death on it, doesn't it? Alright, what was his time of death? 3 p.m. The black guy happened at 2:55. It's a really minuscule difference in time, but I don't know if if the game's gonna be that specific about it. Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. Cable snapping. That's technically wrong. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed, it would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. Okay. I think I just have to present evidence here. It's probably... Like I said, the thing with less than a minute is probably the most reasonable one. It'd be easier to see what the fucking clock says, though. That's like past 3, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm gonna get this wrong. We'll see. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Okay, I got it right then. Less than a minute. Ooh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to take a look at. It's the wristwatch. Ooh, what is that? 3:05? It's the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered the power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Yeah, leaves a 10-minute window between the first shove and the second shove. That can't be right. What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Damn, caught red-handed. The defense proposed, I guess not red-handed though. It was during the interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. This is where the action starts to take place. Okay. Order in the court. What is this all about? This nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable break and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who are you saying could have done it? I think it's pretty obvious who could have done it. The electrocution stopped his watch? Yeah. That's the idea anyways. There's only one person who could have murdered Miss Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Yeah, that's right, you said he left, right? So someone else could have come. This is defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. I think Doug Swallow killed Mr. Doug Swallows. Miss Fay, let's see who the real killer is. Doug Swallow. Dude, we can call out Winston. Take that! Dahlia Hawthorne. Could have only been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How could you... The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Damn. Calling out the electrocution stopped his watch. I already read that. Yes. Order, Miss Fay. What I mean, why, that is to say... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Oh, look, the butterflies are back. Who the fuck let butterflies into the building? I like... Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are... Is that Phoenix? Your Honor. Please, I have something I want to say. You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. I don't think you can do... I don't think that's allowed. Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. So why did the power outage happen then? So he pushed... Okay, so Phoenix pushed Swallows into the pole, which snapped the cable. It severed the cable. And then, supposedly, according to the defense, Dahlia came in and pushed Swallows into the cable, into the severed cable at 2:55. So it happened when Phoenix pushed Swallows into the pole at 2:55. His watch stopped at the time of death, which was in between 10-minute interval. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Okay, so the two crimes are connected. Let's see. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. I actually don't remember this at all. Hang on, what is this about? Wait, what incident was it? Okay. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria, date time August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28, occupation lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. This happened 8 months prior, right? So she's either 19 or 20. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the subject's person. It was unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. So he was poisoned. Okay. Interesting. We have a tiny little bottle here, don't we? Look at that. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madame Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Weep. Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for my poor little me to bear. I believe this girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. Wow, that's a really roundabout way of asking that. What the hell? The answer lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, has a very good reason. Damn. You following along, Excal? Very well, then the court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. We'll be done this game in 2 weeks, maybe. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. What does Phoenix and the other guy have in common? The one from 8 months ago? They don't have anything in common. I met my fiance, or my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. Wow, it's ridiculously long. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sink. It's just jealousy, I think. Gross. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Of course. Armando, I think is his name. Okay. So, she doesn't really mention anything that's a huge contradiction. So I'll have to press her. Just start from the beginning. It's only 4 dialogue boxes. So until that time you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. Oh boy. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Yeah, seriously. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. We don't know that. Come on, Grossberg. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. We'll just press them all. Courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Miss Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. I think we'll press. I think we'll keep going. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. Press that E. I come to the courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. Now I'll press this. You're writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. It actually does. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with this midlife crisis stuff? Mia, why did that girl really come to the courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, the rest of this is important. So, we're gonna have to check this out. Wait, no, she wasn't here for a paper. She was here because she was called to the court. Objection! I like that. I hope I don't peek the microphone doing that. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? Yeah, of course, we remember. What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? Can you object for that? My objection. The defense has a cocky smile on their face. I don't like it. 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, this sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. She poisoned the guy. Was suspected for poisoning the guy. I think she poisoned the guy. I mean, that's probably why Mia is after her. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn. Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Who? Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. A little more than interest. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I don't buy it. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. I've just got to stay on the offense. On the offense. Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and in my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. He really doesn't even bring it up so often. Okay, the poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was liquid poison that was lethal at just 2 teaspoons. That's pretty damn specific. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. I disagree. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the... Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Damn. I like the layout. I just keep looking at it. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment. Okay. Let's press this. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? It's 2 fucking teaspoons. What else do you want me to tell you? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops is one half fluid ounce, which is... Sorry, it's half fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. It's about 2/3 of that amount. Why is this important? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Interesting that it was after you left the table. Okay. What am I looking for here? This one? Last thing about Dahlia is so awkward, but you know, selective attention. You can't focus on one thing. You'll get caught up in all the lies in the later cases. How long were you gone? The later cases are actually kind of... The later cases get tough. In the second game especially, there's one... I think it's the worst case because there's literally a witness that if you press the wrong statements on him, you instantly lose. You lose the entire case, which is so terrible. It's like a stealth mission in a game that has terrible stealth mechanics. I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop? Jesus Christ, Phoenix. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time. Oh, Feeny, please. The police have already looked into the whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection is sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. Okay, so we're gonna have to object to something. Or maybe press that statement. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Now just how diddle lit. What? Great. Now just how diddle... Literary. Okay. I just had a literature student get a hold of poison, of all things. Let's press it. That's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye. She's right. And I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questioning. Okay. We have the bottle. But I don't think we need to present this yet. What's the newspaper clipping of? Very little information is being disclosed at the time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning a 19-year-old female college student who's sitting with the victim. Okay. It was last statement. It was not. I mean, nothing happened. Very special kind of poison. Ray asked this. Special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh? And where would something like that come from? I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify. Interesting. The guy was working in, Doug Swallows worked in pharmaceuticals, right? So, chemical process? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. Better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? Maybe I can present Doug Swallows. Oh shit, it worked. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. I was actually just like... No, I mean, everyone was saying there's no way anyone could prove it, implying the contradictions between something and the last statement. What was the last statement? But like, I thought I had to press it. I was just spitballing. In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallows? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallows. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallows was a student at Ivy University. For pharmacology, his laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Hang on, I need to check something, actually. Probably should have done this earlier. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Well, Miss Hawthorne seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You! She's not all that. It's easy. This is a tutorial. It's probably the hardest tutorial case of the series, I would say. At least of the original trilogy. I haven't played the rest. It's nothing but a baseless accusation. May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in that coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. We forgot about the proof again! No! Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. I got something. I know exactly what we're going to present. The container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. Whereas the container the poison was carried in. What happened to it? It's right here. Take that. He was a pharmacologist, although he's not really not that smart then. Why don't you ever give more info than needed? I don't know, she didn't have a lot of time to come up with the lie, but she's pretty smart. You're forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So then the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. But what? But that's... that's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It really is quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th. The very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? There at least was. There's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. It's only been 8 months, right? Phoenix probably never washed it since the fucking necklace. Dahlia's pretty smart, though. A few slip-ups. Order. Order in the court. Was that Phoenix? Ah, shit, he's back again. On behalf of Dahlia, I object! You can't do that, Wright. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Nobody, like, gives a shit. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. She's being played like a damn fiddle. At this point in the trial, I think should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... she's madly in love with you, of course. Keep you quiet because of the necklace. Phoenix did keep saying that she always said please give back. Yes, that's correct. That is correct, X-Cal. It's very important to the case, actually. Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. Phoenix was the fucking nail in the coffin, dude. Unintentionally. I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. You made him cry again. Goddamn, that's the courtroom. Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Confusion and chaos. What's going on? I actually don't know. Mia, are you alright? Did she black out? What happened? That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be brought back here soon. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone! What? Who took it? Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Well, I guess she's just bad at lying, then give more info, then he will never work in favor. All does that when I'm moving, really. I mean, it's the tutorial. Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, did he swallow it? I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. He swallowed it, didn't he? I ate it. I fucking knew it. I'd forgotten. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah, it's not lethal at that point, right? Yeah. What the... What? What is he doing now? He's probably got cranks his fucking glass in his throat, dude. Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems that the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain deadly poison. Wasn't it only lethal at like 2 teaspoons? How could you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant's still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. It's been 8 months. Like, there should... It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. Damn. Am I serious? Yeah, I ate the fucking bottle. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Damn. Even though I've proven so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the trial. Is that Phoenix? No, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It's totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. I'm not actually sure what happens for me. This is the 3rd time we've seen this cutscene, mind you. But I'm pretty sure this part adds new dialogue. This part adds something right here, I'm pretty sure. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. There you go. And that's what makes him push him poison. Same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. This is how you hear like that. So that's what happened 8 months ago. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. Dahlia was there? And she was there. Dahlia was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is... The defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. Wait, what the fuck? You just told us that she... So did she tell us that so we could prove her innocence? Because that just incriminated her real bad. They put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony. There's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. Something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore... Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? Clearly, Phoenix Wright. Take that! It'd be funny if you, like, modified your own voice peg into it. That'd be pretty cool, actually. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, if it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else it could have been. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Well, we already established that she wasn't in love with him. Poor Mr. Wright, that must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. What does she want back? Who would be in the way? Yeah, dude. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go as far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of the attorney in the basement cafeteria. Actually, yeah, why would she murder him? Wouldn't that make it really difficult for her to get away? Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. Isn't it disgusting that you get your mask, like, on your face? Because you cough and sneeze in there, dude. It's kind of fucking gross, actually, now that I think about it. You mean that that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Our true colors are being revealed. Damn. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears that this trial will be coming to an end soon. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Jeez. But, Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? Damn, she can summon fucking butterflies, dude. That's crazy. That's insane. Israel's Dahlia's best play. Do what literally all girls do in drama, just have sex with the lead character and steal what you need when they're asleep. Yeah, I guess. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But you're not finished. Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Did she leave? I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. Ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray. You can provide evidence that would establish your guilt once and for all. Can I save? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. Ooh, let's save. This also suspends the gameplay, but we'll be back in a second anyways. Said delaying Dolly for 8 months. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible, you can't possibly... Stupid woman. God damn, she's rude. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Oh, it's the bottle. Should this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright? The bottle? Here it is, Your Honor, the evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Seems we're off our rocker to everyone else, huh? Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? I don't know why I read it like that. Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I was eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Ooh. That's some good correlation right there. She was the one who took the bottle of Cold Killer X. That she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, a poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I like saying the name Phoenix Wright. It's fun. Yeah, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. Off he goes, and here she comes. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. Swallow got up. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify she was going to meet the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. Wait, why couldn't she? Oh, because he was telling her about he was telling Phoenix about the poisoning, right. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. That makes sense. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurs. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. There's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poisoned cold medicine. God, I said cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yeah, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. Doug Swallow, holding the poison. Everyone's pretty shocked about that. Even the freaking courtroom's in silence. She's probably not going to budge, though. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. I didn't mean to hit on Richard. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't like her. It's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, it's cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Ooh. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? So she'd die if she ate it, right? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Oh, she's upset. Oh, Maya Fey, Maya Fey. Oh, is that fucking Akuma, dude? Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Maya Fey? Dude, she looks like Akuma. And she's going crazy. This is what happens whenever anybody's found out. When people find out, when people have been found out, they always go into a crazy state of panic or whatever. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Or why, yes. I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. So did she say she was guilty? I don't... It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care, I'm Winston Payne. I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has to say. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. He did say earlier that he would put his life on the line. Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There. It's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. When people are backed into a corner like this, it gets to be defensive. They kind of get both in this game. They just go insane. So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? They explode, basically. Or, well, you see, yeah. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? I'm willing to bet your life. I don't know how to pronounce 4 G's in a row. G, is that what you do? G. And that's how he loses all his hair in the future games. No. Yeah, he's bald in all the future games and he loses all his hair. Or he doesn't have any hair. That's a good scene. It's a good scene for everyone. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor, I'll file papers for immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. What do you mean? I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very start. What are you talking about? Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor, you said earlier that you and Miss Dahlia knew each other. Your Honor, how we knew each other had nothing to do with this case. Very well. Mr. Payne, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. There you have it, folks. That's how it's done. The trial is coming to an end, and the court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Hey, we did it, boys. We saved the main character. This court is adjourned. Actually, wait, is this entire game? This entire game might be a prequel, actually, now that I think about it. I think. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Yeah, sure. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is that we veteran lawyers have lost sight of this. I think so. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking... The Dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dolly I knew could have never said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. God, Mr. Wright. See if you just remember any awkward saves can go a long way. Difficulty does get a lot harder. You can also save scum, but I don't want to do that this game. Where the poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Wow, you need new friends. What kind of company must this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I guess I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. I think he's referring to Nick. And if I hurry, then I should... Or Larry, what am I saying, Nick? I should be able to save him in time. Let's see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. I don't know how that will work, but okay. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. I guess he was just remembering. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought I would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Damn. 5 long years, something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Phoenix Wright, Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. So that was episode 1 of Trials and Tribulations. Next episode is The Stolen Turnabout. Of course, we're going to save. Yeah, okay, so the rest of the game should be Phoenix Wright. Alright, so that was the first chapter. Wow, that looks really stupid. That was the first chapter of the game. It took about 2 hours, which is pretty good. So I think I'll stop the stream here. But what'd you think? Not bad, seems fun. Just tune in for the rest of them so I have company. I'll do the next episode probably on Wednesday. Stolen Turnabout. And then I'm not streaming on Friday. So I'll probably stream Saturday. Yeah, it looks pretty good, right? This right here. But yeah, so that's pretty fun. Personally, I'm very excited to play the rest of this game because I've never made it past that chapter. So we're gonna go to episode 2. I think there are 5 episodes in total, and they'll all probably be about 2 hours to 3 hours long. So it'll be fun to go through for sure. So I'll put it up on the schedule for Wednesday or so to see them. Okay. So yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining in on the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back on Wednesday with more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, where we'll be uncovering the secrets of the rest of the cases. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, everyone. See ya.